by the end of it. Like there'll be little quirks, and most of it will follow the new rules, but then there'll be quirks here and there because of the history of the site. Interesting. Fascinating. And we are going to keep every single tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. Okay, it's going to be here. And you know, in places like this, like, why is there a tree in the middle of your cobblestone border? And then you can say, well, that's because that's where the tree was before we put the stone in. And we didn't move any of the trees, and so there it is. So it's, you know, again, it's consistent with the history of the site. Not consistent with the squares that we're building, but we're building our squares, you know, around the trees, not the trees around the squares, as it were. This is, I need to go up, don't I? And then here, let me just do this, so I can see where this goes. And then I'm gonna have to come up here and remove all of this at some point. The cliffs and the stairs. Would the cliff just be a massive cobblestone cliff? Would that be ugly? I guess I can use like slabs and stairs, probably stairs inside the cliff to make patterns on it. Maybe that would make it slightly less, you know, ugly. Need a new pickaxe pretty soon. So we're gonna remove, maybe I'll leave the stone. Okay, let's leave the stone and then replace the dirt with cobblestone on the cliffs. The stone can stay because stone is pretty solid, right? I'll have to try it out. It might be too ugly, like it might be too messy and not good looking. But let's think about that for now. And I need a new pickaxe. Alright, let's go make a pickaxe. So we're gonna remove a lot of this hill. We're gonna cut away a lot of it. I guess by the end of it, it's gonna be a lot clearer, in the sense that like it'll be like removing, like flattening out these hills. Because here, when you look across, you don't really see through the space. But once we flatten things out, maybe you can see further. I'm not sure. I think you will. I think it'll end up being the whole thing will end up being clearer. Let's just drop all the dirt. Oh, flour. Where did I get that from? I don't remember where I got that from. Oops. I'm supposed to put the flowers back where I find them. I think it was around here, wasn't it? Or there's a flower there. Let's just put that right there. Close enough. Right. Then we have to come. Did I? Yes, I did. Move that. Now, should I record any more of this, or should I do this in my own time and then come back when this is done? Because you get the idea, right? I look at where the trees are. I look at where most of the dirt is. So if there's a tree, then the height of the square has to accommodate the tree. If there are no trees, then the height of the square will be kind of like the average of the height of the land as it is. And then I just put the square down. That's basically what I'm doing right now. So this is not too complicated. Just put that there. Are there any other places where I should show you me designing this? Probably not. So this again, so the next module is going to cut into the ground again. So this I think will raise. Oh, should we raise up the next one? If we raise up the next module, this will be on the ground, but that's okay because it's only half a tree. If we raise up the next module by 1 block, we'll reduce the height of this tree by 1 block, but there'll still be that, which should be fine. We can extend that by 1 block, and then it'll end there, and then there'll be a massive cliff here between this square, which is at that height, and then that hill there, which will remain. That might be a little bit weird. So that hill is going to be like that. It's going to be a lot of excavating. So you see how once we get past that hill, most of this is pretty flat and pretty unremarkable. So that's going to be pretty easy. So I don't think I need to show like this because it's just mostly flat anyway, right? So I don't really need to explain how to do this. And on the other side, there is a hill again. So here, I guess we'll raise it up to this level here, reduce that by 1 block. But that means that we can extend, these trees by 1 block, and that will fit there. And then the next module, I guess, will go up 2 blocks. There's not many trees here, which is good. And then the next module is going to be a little bit complicated because this is right on the border here, but there's a tree up here, and then there's a tree all the way down there, but that's the next module, I think? No, it's not. It's halfway in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's actually on this module. So this module is going to be complicated because there's a thing there, a tree there, and a tree down there. I might just remove that tree because if you notice, this is not a remarkable tree. There's no glitched leaves. In fact, a lot of the trees on this half do not have the glitched leaves. So these trees I don't really care as much about because they're natural trees. It's the trees further back. Actually, most of these trees I don't really care about. It's these trees further back here that I care about. These with the funky leaves there. You see how they're all different kinds of leaves. So maybe over here I can be a little less conservative. I can just remove that particular tree there and flatten this out to down to this level. And then the module behind that, which will be back here, I guess will be mostly down here. We can raise this by 1 or 2 blocks. Probably just one, okay, there's 2 blocks. Raise this by 2 blocks to accommodate that tree there, but otherwise flatten that out. And then here it's flat again, so again it's pretty easy to deal with this. Most of that area is pretty flat. We're not going to have any trouble with that neither. This, by the way, is the trigger. So when you flip that, it activates all of the TNT. And then here, there's more hills. So this module, where that cobblestone is, and that, so this module only has this one tree, so this is going to be pretty easy. Obviously, we'll keep it at the level of that tree. The next module is very complicated. It's very, very complicated because, actually no it's not, because this tree is not glitched. Therefore I would chop down this one. I was thinking, because we might have to like accommodate this tree and these two down here, because these two down here are in the same module. But since these are glitched, but that is not, I'm just going to chop that tree down. Just going to chop this down and then keep those two. I might replant the ones I chopped down just to keep things, mostly natural. And then we're back here. We've already resolved this one, right? Yep. So here, I guess we'll put the ground at this level, which means I have to lower or reduce the height of that tree by 2 blocks, or maybe I can put it at this level, my bad, this level here, extend this by 1 block, reduce that by 1 block. Oh, so that's the other hill, and then all this other stuff, as you can see, is mostly flat, and probably not that difficult to deal with. So, alright, so there you go. So I'm going to chop down 2 trees, I'm going to keep the rest, and I'm just going to come back when I've laid out all the cobblestone squares and I've flattened all the dirt. So that's going to be quite a bit of work. So between now and then, there's going to be quite a few changes. And then we'll come back and think about staircases and how to step up and down from one module to the next. And that's going to be a little bit complicated. Alright, I'll see you guys when I get that done. Well, it took a bit of work, but we are here now, and we have the cobblestone squares, and we have the flat grass in between, mostly. So I guess the next thing we want to do is to figure out the stairs, or the transitions between the different levels. It's not too difficult, we've made one already. Oh, and the torches. The torches are going to be just like this. 5 torches, or in the case where there's obsidian, torches on the obsidian so that creepers don't spawn on top of the chimneys, and then 4 torches down here. I've always wanted to do more interesting lighting, but then the torches have such a short range, and that enemies can spawn so close by that if you raise them off the ground, you have to put the torches so close together that it becomes ridiculous. So I never end up doing anything interesting with torches. Anyway, so this is going to be put on the ground like that to keep the zombies away, and that's about it. I'm thinking about whether or not to, or like where to put the stairs. So there's one. Let me just do this and just demonstrate at least one of each, and then I'll build the rest myself again. So I mean, there's no point watching me build every single one on camera, right? Let me grab some stairs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just make more stairs. We're gonna make a lot of stairs, I think. That's not 6. Wow. Let me grab 2 more. I think I need more cobble as well. Alright, so let's just make a whole lot of stairs. So the 2 blocks rise is pretty simple. You just go 1 stair on one side, 1 stair on the other side. That's pretty easy. So the 1 block side, one block rise, I believe we're going to put it on the lower side, put the stairs on the lower side, and then here I think we will stair that. And I don't know if you can tell, but by the end of this, it's gonna look like an oh, this is not supposed to be like that. It's gonna look like an inverted pyramid a little bit. When you kind of look at these, and you can see how it kind of the stairs form a little diagonal downwards, so it's like a little beveled area underneath, right? So I think that's gonna be interesting. I guess when it joins up like that, I should just make the stair continuous, shouldn't I? So that's 2 blocks up. You should make this continuous. So that's 2 blocks up, so that's going to continue like that around there, and that's gonna continue along there like that. And up here, remove this edge. Now what to do with like this? Do I keep it square like that, or do I make it a continuous staircase? I feel like maybe I should make it a continuous staircase. In which case, I'm not sure what to do about this block here, because this is going to do that at least. There's no good way to do this, is there? No, there isn't. What if you just leave it like this? Do I do that? No, it's a bit awkward. No, let's leave that. Come back here, because we're doing this. Corner or leave it square? I think I might leave it square. A little bit strange. I don't know. So there's no sitting in Minecraft, but if this were real life, and you have a park with a whole lot of stairs everywhere, what you'll find tends to happen is people will sit on the stairs, especially if there's no chairs or benches. I mean, if you build a park, you should probably have benches everywhere too, because people want to relax in the park. But if there aren't benches, or even if there aren't enough benches, if you have stairs, people tend to sit on the stairs because they're kind of good to sit on. Imagine like you're here, you might just kind of sit here and enjoy the park, right? So that tends to happen. So if you're designing a park, just keep that in mind. If everything is just flat, then it's not as sittable. It's not a word, but people can't sit as they can on a in a park with a lot of stairs. And you'll be surprised sometimes by just how effective stairs are for people to sit on. Actually, I think I will do that. I think I will make continuous stairs with no edges.